Korea, the U.S. and Japan will hold three-way talks on the sidelines of the nuclear security summit in the Netherlands next week. The personal information of scores of ordinary Korean citizens is being found on Chinese websites. And bad news for parents, imported toys can cost up to twice as much in Korea as other countries. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Thursday, March 20th. I'm Luke Fleury. A tripartite summit involving Korea, the U.S., and Japan is likely to take place on the sidelines of the nuclear security summit in the Netherlands. However, Seoul says it's premature for Korean and Japanese leaders to meet bilaterally.
It's becoming highly likely for President Barak Obama and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to meet in The Hague next week. The meeting is to take place as a tripartite summit, which includes U.S. President Barack Obama. A Korean government source said that a three-way summit is being considered because new variables have surfaced that go beyond the current Korea-Japan relations, such as North Korea's recent militant gestures and the Ukraine crisis. Washington, in particular, strongly wants a tripartite summit, citing the need for the three countries to cooperate in dealing with nuclear and missile threats from North Korea. A National Security Council meeting presided by senior presidential security advisor Kim Jang-soo was held in Seoul yesterday to discuss the possible summit. The Japanese media reported about Seoul considering holding a three-nation summit in The Hague on March 25th and about President Park's final approval to be decided. Although favorable to the tripartite summit, the Korean government is clearly unreceptive to the idea of a bilateral summit between Korea and Japan. Seoul decided that it is still premature for a bilateral summit to happen, since there are too many unresolved issues such as Japan's historical distortions and claim over Dokdo, and it's not clear whether the Abe government is truly sincere about reconciling with Korea.
It's scary enough to think that your personal information may have been leaked to a third party, but it's even more worrying for many Koreans who are learning that their private data are widely available on Chinese sites.
Baidu is China's premier web search site. The term Korean identity number was entered in the search window. When one enters the most visited site, dozens of Korean names and their resident registration numbers appear on the screen. The information is available to anyone. It's a service offered by this for-profit site. The site adds new pieces of private information every time the screen is refreshed. A user can even check to see if a certain resident registration number is valid and usable.
그렇다면 제 주민등록번호는 사용이 가능한지 직접 입력해 보겠습니다.
The message says the number is a usable one. When a wrong number is searched, the site flags it as invalid. This database is largely accessed to steal IDs used in online game sites. What's more alarming is that these sites can serve as marketplaces for a large volume of Koreans' personal information.
자기들이 이러한 많은 정보를 가지고 있다는 과시도 하고 그래서 호객 행위도 하는 겁니다.
These sites use their customer bases by using stolen bank accounts to buy and sell personal information of Koreans in bulk. It's become too easy for the Chinese to gain access to Koreans' personal data.
Many of the elderly face disruptive sleep habits that can give their spouse a hard time. Such behavior requires particular caution, as it can be a precursor to Parkinson's disease or dementia.
This person in his sleep all of a sudden begins to shake his hands. He kicks his legs and eventually kicks off the blanket with his both feet. This type of behavior is called REM sleep behavior disorder.
밖에 아파 일어나면 또 옆에 있는 사람 칠 때도 있고 그런 깨기면 잠을 못 자지요. 그러니까 무섭기도 하고.
About 2% of elderly people who are 60 and older have REM sleep behavior disorder. That's about 4 times as high as than in other countries. In healthy people, muscle strength usually weakens when they see dreams while sleeping, which makes them feel comfortable. But in people with REM sleep disorder, muscle strength remains high even when they see dreams in their sleep. That's why they express their dreams through physical motions. Such people tend to have dreams about violent physical fights or running away from someone. When they express their dreams with real actions while sleeping, they have a risk of hurting themselves. What's more, REM sleep behavior disorder can develop into Parkinson's disease or dementia if left untreated.
5년 내에는 한 20%, 10년 내에는 한 40% 정도에서 파킨슨 혹은 치매로 진행된다는 연구 결과가 있고요.
People who are 60 and older and have sleep behavior problems are advised to receive medication treatment first and undergo regular checkups to prevent Parkinson's disease and dementia at an older age.
Thyroid cancer tops the list of most common cancers in Korea, even though radiation levels throughout the nation remain safe. This has prompted many to question the frequency of thyroid checkups.
This woman found a lump in her thyroid gland during an ultrasound exam 8 years ago. She was diagnosed with thyroid cancer and underwent surgery. Now, she has to take thyroid hormone pills for the rest of her life. In 2012 alone, some 42,000 people in Korea underwent surgery for thyroid cancer, which cost the National Health Insurance Corporation over $80 million. In Korea, the occurrence rate for thyroid cancer used to be similar to that in the U.S. 10 years ago. However, after the eligibility of free health checkups was expanded, the rate soared and now exceeds that of the U.S. by more than fivefold. Those with papillary thyroid cancer, which is the most common type of thyroid cancer, have an over 90% survival rate after they undergo treatments. In other words, there's no need to detect thyroid cancer at an early stage.
어떤 사람들은 그 갑상선암을 가지고 그냥 평생 살고요. 자기가 갑상선암을 가지고 있는지도 모르고 그냥 다른 이유로 사망하는 경우가 굉장히 많거든요.
Medical industry insiders are even demanding that thyroid ultrasound exams be excluded from the regular checkups.
정부는 무증상 성인의 경우에 갑상선암에 대한 초음파 검진을 적극적으로 막아야 됩니다.
The thyroid cancer mortality rate around the world is less than one person for every 100,000 people.
Taking a glance at the domestic economy, imported toys here can cost as much as twice in Korea than in other countries. Meanwhile, KB Card is in hot water for its telemarketing practices.
The Consumers Union of Korea compared the prices of 18 kinds of imported educational toys for young children. Little Tykes Cool Cars are sold for around $130 on Korean online shopping malls. That's double the price of the same Cool Cars sold on shopping sites in the overseas. The oval rattle produced by Rhino Toys were found to cost 64% more in Korea than in other countries, while Fisher-Price's Learning Home costs about 45% more. The price of the Little Tykes Cool Cars in toy stores was found to be 87% more expensive than its average overseas prices. The survey also found that Korean consumers mostly purchase imported toys on the internet. Some also buy them in department stores and supermarket chains. KB Card, which recently leaked the personal data of its customers, has been caught for selling fraudulent insurance products via telemarketing. The Financial Supervisory Service has investigated KB Card and found that the company provided misleading information to its customers while trying to sell insurance products. The financial authorities has issued a warning to KB Card, levied a fine of around $9,000 and reprimanded 2 of the company's employees. The Financial Supervisory Service also issued warning to Shinhan Card and BC Card and levied fine on them for mis-selling insurance products in similar ways as KB Card.
Rare wild ducks have been spotted on the Nakdong River near the southern coastal city of Busan. Let's take a look.
Some 10,000 migratory birds wait the winter out on an island in the Nakdong River near Busan. The white duck mingles with a flock of ordinary mallards. The rare wild bird has a white feathered body with a tint of brown on its head and wings. Another white wild duck was spotted in the river. There's a spot-billed duck, a resident bird in Korea. It's the first time that white wild ducks have been spotted in the region 2 times over a span of a month.
조류의 깃털에 멜라닌 색소가 전혀 없거나 결핍 또는 부족으로 인하여 생기는 변이 현상입니다.
The odds of wild ducks having white feathers are 1 to a million. Unlike ordinary wild ducks that protect themselves with colors to help camouflage them, white ducks easily fall prey to predators like eagles. Academics believe that there are more and more sightings of white ducks in the wild due to a dropping number of their predators.
Tickets to great performances are expensive and hard to come by, but nowadays, lovers of the performing arts can enjoy their favorite productions in movie theaters at affordable prices.
British stage play War Horse is being presented in a Korean movie theater for the first time. At around under $10, it is not surprising that some 1,200 seats in the National Theatre of Korea are completely sold out. Shot from many different angles and including backstage scenes, the cinematic version of the play offers the audience more to enjoy. Unlike ordinary movies, there are very few close-up shots of performers to preserve immediacy and proximity.
연극에 그 같이 소통하는 느낌이 스크린으로 오는 느낌이었어요.
Other recordings of the live performances include Chinese pianist Lang Lang's concert in London late last year, which was completely sold out in 48 hours. New York Metropolitan Opera and other renowned performing arts companies have been making videos of their production since 2006. Following this trend, Seoul Arts Center is planning to release the recorded version of its own productions in theaters nationwide.
문화가 전국으로 확산이 돼서 많은 사람이 문화를 즐길 수 있어야 됩니다. 그 방법이 뭐냐? 공연을 영상화해서.
Now there are more opportunities for people to enjoy great live performances without traveling far and at affordable prices.
The U.S. musician Skrillex featured Korean singers G-Dragon and CL on his new album, which ranks second on the iTunes album chart. This and more on today's entertainment segment.
American electronic musician and singer-songwriter Skrillex's new album has placed second on the iTunes album chart. The album's title track, Dirty Vibe, features Korean singers G-Dragon and CL. Skrillex has won 3 Grammy Awards 2 years in a row. Singer Jo Sung-mo will release a new album and make a comeback on March 24th. The new album, entitled Wind of Change, is coming out 4 years after the release of his last album, Thank You. After debuting in 1998, Jo has sold more than 10 million copies of his albums.
이 시간에 어쩐 일이...
The KBS show Marriage Clinic Love and War 2 is allowing its viewers to choose the ending of its episodes. The television drama's production team says that viewers will be able to choose between 2 endings for each episode. The episodes will air with the endings most voted by the viewers. The less popular version will be revealed on the internet.
Keeping yourself mentally fit with card games, chess, and other activities can keep dementia at bay when you're getting older. The same activities are great for the developing minds of children. Not all sports require sweat and physical activity. Some sports can be played with just a gesture of the arm. They're called mind sports. That is, they require your intellect rather than physical strength to play. People of various age groups find mind sports attractive. The board game Go, known as Baduk in Korean, is an ideal mind sport for young children. This child has been learning how to play Baduk since age 7. Now he's a very playful 9-year-old, but once he starts playing Baduk, he becomes very serious.
아빠가 바둑을 둘 줄 아셔서 두게 됐어요. 친구들과 대국을 두는 게 너무 즐겁고 바둑이 재밌긴 해요.
Baduk stimulates the brain, improves attention, and helps people relax emotionally. This boy's attention span has improved significantly since he began learning the game.
책상에 앉을 때 자세가 좀 불량했었는데 좀 자세가 좀 좋아지고 그리고 집중하는 시간도 예전보다는 좀 길어졌어요. 한 2시간 정도는 책상에 앉아서 공부하는 편이라서 많이 좋은 것 같아요, 그런 면에서.
Perhaps that's why the age at which children first begin to learn how to play Baduk gets younger each year. To show how Baduk stimulates the brain, we compared the brain functions of a Baduk expert and an ordinary person at the Seoul National University Hospital.
어떤 시각적인 어떤 정보 처리를 하는 부분과 그 다음에 장시간 감정 컨트롤을 하면서 평정심을 유지하는 그런 어떤 뇌 부위들이 있는데 그런 부분들이 뇌 전체의 다른 부분과 연결되는 그 뇌 연결성이라고 합니다. 그 기능적 뇌 연결성이 일반인보다 더 뛰어나다는 것이 좀 밝혀졌습니다. 흔히 말해 우리는 이제 복잡한 수를 볼 때 일반인들은 막 머릿속으로 생각을 하지만 바둑 두는 프로 기사들은 순간적으로 그 패턴을 파악하고 그 다음 수를 찾아냈는데 막 고도의 오랜 기간의 훈련을 통해서 그런 부분이 발달해 있지 않나 싶습니다.
In addition to Baduk, there are many other mind sports that are fun to play. Children at this school are playing a table game called karom.
까롬은 실내 스포츠인데요. 가로 세로 90cm 정도의 판이 위에서 손가락으로 스트라이커를 튕겨서 까롬맨을 맞춰서 까롬 보드 위에 내 구멍에 있는 집어넣는 그런 경기입니다.
It's like playing billiards with your fingers. Karom originated in India and Sri Lanka, but now it's played in 21 countries. In Korea, Karom was first introduced more than 10 years ago. This looks like a perfect way to relieve school stress.
친구들이랑 마음껏 떠들면서 게임할 수 있고 그 다음에 딱딱 칠 때마다 그 소리 때문에 스트레스가 풀리는 것 같아요.
For children, mind sports are the best way to promote brain development. For adults, it's the best way to keep your mind healthy and keep dementia at bay. Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. That's it for this edition of News Today. We'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Have a great day.